Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our third session of the social media course we are having together. We have some people live with us now, so welcome, and we'll be happy to be in touch directly. Feel free to post questions in the discussion forum below the video. And for those of you who cannot be with us right now, feel free to visit the same link later on, the videos of all the sessions.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm sorry. And visit the link, and you will find all recorded sessions there, so you can watch it whenever you feel comfortable, whenever you have time. I will be still available for your questions after the course, so really feel free to contact me by email or through the platform anytime you have any questions or you need some advice, and I'll do my best. I'll do my best to help you. So in the first two sessions, we were focusing on the use of social media for social change in general. In the first session especially, I was introducing some initiatives that are using internet, social media, mobile communication to improve the quality of services, to improve transparency of institutions, and simply to connect people together and to collaborate together to make their communities or their countries a better place to live. Now, let's put it this way. In the previous session, the second one, we went more directly into the question of content production, because having a content, producing a good quality content is a key for success in any communication, and especially in the social media communication, because there is so much content already on the internet. Think about all the funny videos of cats, children, and it is difficult for us communicators to compete with that content. So we really need to focus on production of a good quality content. There are two key elements to have a good quality content. One, you need to be attractive, entertaining to people, or you need to be useful. You need to bring people information that will provide them with data, or simply with information that they didn't know before, that will help them in any way to solve any problem. So all of this is in the second session, and now I'm welcoming you to our third session, where we will continue with the question of format and distribution, because having a good content is a key. Being able to put it in the attractive format is a second key, and the third one is the ability to distribute it through social media and networks. So these last two things we will focus on in this last session. There's so much I want to share with you, and there's definitely not enough time to do it right now. So please feel free to ask questions, and let's stay in touch. Okay, so let me share the screen with you, and we will continue with the presentation. Okay. So welcome to session number 3. Let's talk about format. So we have some more statistics here. This is from the year 2013, but I'm sure the numbers didn't change a lot since that time. You can see the statistics of the social media content most likely to be shared on social media. So you can see that pictures, images are still #1 format that is popular among people, that is popular among the users of social media, and also it's the Facebook considers pictures as the best format. So here we can see the popularity of pictures. Then it is the links. That means that simply people like to share links to other content. Then the quotes, You know, those are those popular quotes made by popular people, opinion makers. They are short. They usually contain some kind of a wisdom, you know, or short advice to lives of people. So that is a popular format. And only after that there are videos. And video is a good format to present information. The problem with videos very often is that they are too long, and simply it takes our time to watch a video. Then, well, and if you don't have a good bandwidth, if you don't have a good connection, well, you have to spend some time waiting for the video to load. And people are not very patient these days, right? There is too much work we need to do. There is too much content on the social media we want to look at. So producing a video that is too long might, might have a negative impact on the attention of people. Simply, they will decide, well, looks too long. I'm not going to be watching it. There is another video or there's another picture. So keep this in mind. Videos or any piece of information needs to be simple and short. And then only down there you see some studies and statistics. Well, it's just maybe too complicated format for people to understand and consume quickly on social media. So if we are talking about different formats that are out there available, there are some more other than just the traditional ones, such as images and video. Still, images are the most popular because it is the easiest and fastest way how you can consume information. You don't need to read much. You don't need to spend time watching something. It just pops out and you see it, and it's a way how to quickly consume it. Then some of the modern ways of presenting information are maps and visualizations. We were talking about this in the first session, so I'm not gonna go into detail too much on this today because it's a whole another field that we would need some special training for you to create good looking maps and visualizations. But I just want to point it out that it's one of the ways how to present especially complex data and information. Then there are some funny formats. I'm sure you know cartoon strips, comic strips. That's a very popular way of entertaining people and bringing some information, and so-called internet memes. I'm not sure how much familiar are you with this term, and we'll look at them later on today, so don't worry, I will explain. And then very popular format, the infographics, turning data, boring statistics, boring spreadsheets into good visually looking pictures and images. So these are some of the most popular formats that are popular among the social networking space. And always when you produce the content, you should keep in mind and should be thinking about in which format you will present that information, because one piece of information can be presented in many different ways, and it's up to you as communicators to carefully choose and decide in which format, what information, what content you will present and share through social media to your followers, fans, and other audiences. So, but let me give you some tips you might not be aware about images and videos. Obviously, none of us, and I guess I speak for all of us, I mean, I don't know all of you, are professional photographers that are able to produce such a strong and powerful photographs and pictures. We cannot be everywhere, and obviously it does need certain level of professionalism to be able to produce good looking pictures and images. At the same time, cameras, especially cameras in mobile phones, are getting very professional and very good quality these days. So it doesn't take much for you to learn some basic principles of taking good photographs. Again, obviously, we don't have this training is not designed to train you in photojournalism, but there are a number of courses that you can take, I'm sure, also online to learn some basic principles of photography. And I will give you some tip later as well. So, but luckily, uh, yeah, well, I like this comic strip. If you have a good camera, it doesn't mean that it makes you a good photographer, right? So really, I've seen so many visual content from so many organizations that were just so terrible looking. And it doesn't really take much to learn some basic principles. So please keep this in mind. Just by having a camera, this doesn't make you a photographer, but you can become quite a decent photographer if you learn some basics of this visual art form. Luckily, we have Instagram. I don't know how many of you are users of the social network. The social network is becoming increasingly popular, especially among young people, but not only among them. Instagram is a social network like any other, but this one is based on pictures. So it's kind of like a Twitter, but for pictures. It's it's designed to be used on mobile phones. So there are mobile apps, Instagram mobile apps for iPhones, for Android phones, and for Windows phones. So I'm sure if you have a smartphone, you will be able to download and install Instagram. It's quite a funny way how to make pictures look really good and really cool. How this is possible? Well, first thing is that the pictures are in the square form. That makes it kind of unique and special. And second cool thing about Instagram is that once you take the picture, you can quickly and very easily edit the picture. You have a number of cool filters that you can apply to the picture and make it look really cool. So, even though you're not professional photographer on Instagram, almost anyone can look like a great photographer. So it's a great way how to produce pictures that are good looking. You can use them on Instagram, where people can follow you, you can follow other people, and you can share the content. But you can also download these pictures and use them in any other channel that you want. You can quickly and easily share these pictures on Twitter, on Facebook. So consider this. I have one example. It's an organization called Charity Water that is using Instagram in a very efficient way to communicate with their followers and with their donors. Let me switch to their profile. Okay, here we go. Here you can see the profile of Charity Water organization on Instagram, and you can see the type of pictures and content they are posting, and they are very popular. It's mostly images of people and images of water, right? It's a charity water. They're focusing on bringing clean and safe drinking water to people in need around the world. So you can see stories of people, of the workers, of the local workers who work with them to to bring the water to people in need. But you can see really nice pictures of just tapped water, flowing water. So it's a visually really good work to present such topic. Here you can see posts where they say thanks to their funders, to their donors. So it's kind of a Facebook, but more visual tool. So if you're not on Instagram yet, I encourage you to create your personal profile and start exploring. You can start following other people, you can start following other organizations, and you can get some more inspiration. Let me check. Okay, we don't have the questions, but if you have questions, feel free to post them here in the discussion forum. I'm gonna keep going with the presentation. So we have the Instagram as a way of producing pictures, but obviously simple images, or not simple images, but images can be very powerful in campaigns. You don't need to have a special video campaign to deliver a strong message, like in this public service announcement that is focusing on the problem of people using mobile phones while driving. So very powerful message, very clear target audience of this campaign, and well, kind of shocking image. Another one, very powerful image that immediately delivers the message and information. You don't really need to know, even read the claim of the campaign on the top left that says your skin color shouldn't dictate your future. Well, image itself can easily, deliver the message. So, and again, obviously, you are not professional photographers. I might be wrong. At the same time, I'm sure you are not professional graphic designers. So it's great to have attractively looking content like this, but if you are not a graphic designer, it's not that easy to produce it. And you might not have necessary resources to hire a graphic designer. So for those of us who are not professional designers, who are not professional photographers, but who need to communicate visually, there are cool applications like this. This one is called canva.com. There are many other similar, but this one I find the most useful, at least for the work I'm doing. And if you go to this link, you will end up on the Canva page. Let me switch. And it makes you a graphic designer. When you go to canva.com, you just log in, you create a login, and you can start creating good looking visuals. The greatest thing about Canva is that it offers already different formats that you might need. For example, here, Facebook cover. You can create a good looking Facebook cover right here, and it will already have all the necessary ratio and size of the pictures. So there's no need for any additional editing in software like Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop. Everything you can do here online on one place. So, and the second great thing about Canva are the templates, right? So depends what you need. Let's say you want some picture where you want to add some quote for social media. So you just simply click here on the template and you have a wide choice of layouts for free. And there are hundreds and hundreds others for not more than $1, but I mean, there are enough of them for free, which you can easily take and you can start editing them. Right, so just to show you how easy that is. And that's it. You can finish it. You can download it as a picture and then do whatever you want to do with that. You can immediately share it and it will be saved here on your profile. There are many more other templates you can see for Twitter post, for Pinterest, for Instagram post, as I said, Facebook post, Facebook app. You can create presentations. You have posters. Let's see, business cards. Well, so all the pieces and types of formats that you might need as a graphic designer. And also cool thing here is the infographics. We'll talk about infographics a little bit later, but just want to show you that there are out there already templates that you can use to produce a good looking, professional looking infographics. And it works like an editor, so easily you can do whatever you need to do with that, start editing, changing, or whatever you choose. So I highly recommend. You can upload also your own pictures, of course. I highly recommend you to focus on producing good-looking visuals. If you don't have money to hire a graphic designer, well, then it's up to you to learn some basics yourself and use tools like this to produce professionally good-looking visuals. Feel free to post questions if anything is not clear about applications like this, or if you have any comments. And in the meantime, I'm gonna keep going with the presentation. Let me wait a little bit for your questions, if there are any. Maybe actually I will have a direct question on you. In your organization, how do you deal with graphics and images? Do you do it yourself? Do you produce them yourself? Do you hire someone to do that? Do you have graphic designers in your team? How does it work? I'm really curious. So please, Asma, Innocent, Mohammed, whoever is here with us, share with us, how do you do that? Okay, Mohammed, it is very short time to learn the Canva.com process. Well, yes, I don't expect you to learn it right now within these few minutes that we are focusing on that. This is more up to you to investigate and explore, experiment yourself. These apps, such as Canva, are done in a way that they are very user-friendly. So I'm sure if you use it after our session or whenever you have time, you will quickly learn how to design things. It's so simple and user-friendly. Innocent, we hire designers in Care, Malawi. Yeah, well, you are the lucky ones if you have resources to do that. And at the same time, maybe it's not that necessary to hire a graphic designer for each Facebook post or Twitter post. So again, with this tool, you can, or your colleagues, interns, volunteers, can help you to produce quickly good looking visual for free. Okay, please feel free to share your experiences in the forum. And in the meantime, we'll keep going with the presentation. And we'll check once in a while what you shared with us in the discussion forum. So this was Canva, and maybe you ended up in a situation that you needed some images, photographs, and pictures, but you didn't know where to find them, especially where to find images and photographs that you can use for free without breaking any laws and breaking licenses, to use the pictures. So a great place to go to find images where you can be sure that you can use them is Creative Commons page. Creative Commons is an international movement that assists anyone to be able to protect their work with copyright. And it's internationally legally recognized, let's say, brand or stamp. I'm not going to go into details about Creative Commons, but one of the great things they have is a search engine that helps you to search for images on different platforms and that you can use. Let me go just quickly to the page to show you how it works. So you put up search creativecommons.org and then you simply type in what you're looking for. Let's say we are looking for pictures of refugees. I don't know, that's a topic. And here you decide, I want something that I can either use for commercial purposes or I can modify, adapt, or build upon. So let's say we are not using it for commercial purposes. So I uncheck that. And I want images that I can modify, I can adapt, or do something with them. And then we just start searching. Sorry, let me go back. And here you decide, where you want to search. You can search for videos, you can search for images, so you can use Google Images. And now the results that we have are the images that you can take, you can use for free, you can edit or build upon them and use them in your materials. So great resource, and you don't need to be worried that somebody will sue you that you stole their image or picture. Let's move on. Yeah, Innocent Mohammed. Yeah, Canva. I was also excited when I found it, and now it became my daily helper in my communication activities. So enjoy exploring the application. So we're talking about images, but let's move on to videos. And you can produce some powerful videos by simply using images. Let me show you one video of one campaign that is pretty powerful, and the production process was very, very simple. I hope you will hear it. Let's go. So the last message that was posted by the girl in the video was, "Help me, I don't know if I will survive tomorrow." It's a campaign against domestic violence from Croatia, and you can see very powerful images, very powerful message, and very simple and low cost production. So when I'm talking about using video to distribute as a format to distribute your content, don't think about video just as documentaries or reporters. There are many different types of videos that you can think about when you want to deliver a message about certain topic. Very popular these days, and I'm sure you've seen many videos like this on your Facebook walls, is the social experiment video. You basically stage a situation in the real life and you record it, and you can come up with some very powerful videos. Let me show you one that I really like, and I'm sure you will like it too. So, but keep in mind also while watching it that, again, this was not very costly to produce a video. You just need an idea, and you need to find a space, a public space, to to realize this experiment.
Ah,
Come ti chiami?
Pietro, Fulvio, Domenico,
Quanti anni hai?
11, 9 e mezzo, 7, 8,
Che vuoi fare da grande?
il pompiere, cacciatore, il pasticcere, il poliziotto, il pizzaiolo.
Perché?
Perché voglio costruire la casa dei miei sogni. Perché mi piace guardare, salvo le persone che un viaggio ho visto.
E lei è Martina. Che ti piace di lei?
Gli occhi mi piacciono, le sue scarpe, le sue mani, però più carine. Fragilità sulle capelli, tutto. Era vera la bambina, mi fidanzerei.
E ora falle una carezza. Falle una boccaccia. E ora dalle uno schiaffo. Uno schiaffo forte. Uno schiaffo. Dai. No?
No. Oh. Ce lo do. No. No.
No? E perché no?
Ok, dai bene. Non ce la posso dare. Perché le femmine non si picchiano. Perché così si fa male. E perché Gesù non vuole far picchiare. Prima cosa è bellina e non gliela posso dare. Perché è una ragazza, perché sono contraria alla violenza. Dice anche le donne non si devono toccare nemmeno con un fiore. E perché è brutto. Oppure con un mazzo di fiori. E perché? So. posso dare sulla bocca o sulla guancia?
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and you can see that it's still one topic. It's violence against women, violence against girls, but different format how to approach it. So social experiment is one of the formats that can become easily viral. That means that people like to share them on Facebook, share it with other people because they are entertaining and they actually show real life situations. Then you might need to produce a video that is basically just animation. You want to present some facts, and to present it as an image is not enough. Well, then there are a couple of online editors where you can, for free, easily produce yourself a video animation. Let me just quickly show you the first one called video.co, video with double W. And again, you will see that like Canva, it is easy to use. Let me check the discussion forum. The density size of most videos pose a challenge in sharing on media platforms. Yes, Innocent, but whenever you are uploading video to YouTube or Facebook, it will automatically convert the size of the video. So don't worry about the size of the original video. All of these platforms will automatically convert it to the size that is easy to share. So the easiest way to do is simply upload the video to YouTube and then share the link to the video. Or more and more popular are Facebook videos. That means you upload it directly to Facebook, and Facebook gives then the link to the video more visibility on the social network. So if that was the question, don't worry about that. Let's check the video. If you go to video.co, you can, again, you just sign up and you can start editing. Let's watch a brief video that clearly explains how this works.
Animated videos are everywhere. You can find them in websites, social networks, blogs, and emails because they increase interest and sales conversion. You too can capture and engage your audience without spending tons of money or time buying and learning those complicated tools. Introducing Video, the most intuitive and easy to use tool out there to create animated videos online. With Video, you can achieve professional videos even without any previous training. And with a few clicks, you'll already be creating those great animations you've always wanted to achieve. Use objects from our library, upload your own images and sounds, use text, backgrounds, and bring them all to life easily. Create videos from scratch.
Okay, now it's up to you to explore. We don't have time to start learning each other using this online editor. But again, it's designed to be super user-friendly so that anyone can learn quickly to design short animated video here. It's for free, but for free, it's up to 45 minutes videos. If you want longer videos, you have to pay, and you have to pay some plan. So, but as we said yesterday, you need to keep it short anyway. So any video that goes beyond a minute or 2 minutes, you know, the chances that people will actually watch the whole video are decreasing. So hopefully 45 seconds animated videos will be a good use for you anyway in this case. As I said, there are also others such as powtoon.com or goanimate.com. Just check them and see which one works you like better, or which one works better for you, what graphics they use you like most, and it's up to you to choose. I said none of us is professional photographer, none of us is professional filmmaker, but we can educate ourselves. And the best resource, again, free online resource I found to learn myself basics of shooting a video, editing a video, and distributing a video is the Vimeo Video School. Vimeo is a video sharing platform, kind of like a YouTube, but it's more the community on Vimeo is more professional, so you can find more professional videos there, original videos. And this community is also creating video tutorials to teach people like us to become better in video production. Let me again quickly show you how does it work. If you Google, you can just Google it, or I will provide the link later, Vimeo Video School, you will end up on their page. Then you have the different categories, how to shoot video, categories focused on sound editing and production, etc., etc. Here is one video, very simple video that introduces one of the basic and key principles in photography and videography. That's called the rule of thirds. Let's just check this short video so you have better understanding of how this school works. It's basically really just online video tutorials explaining these basic principles. Let's go.
The rule of thirds is probably the fundamental building block of all of the rules of composition. What you do is you draw two imaginary vertical lines on your image, equally spaced apart, thus dividing it into 1, 2, 3 sections. Two more horizontal lines equally spaced apart, and you have 1, 2, 3 sections. By placing points of interest or your subject along or near those lines, particularly where they cross, where they meet, you will get a much more pleasing composition. So how do we use this in reality? I've got a windmill over here, which I prepared earlier. Now, if we put this windmill smack in the middle of the frame, yeah, it's a kind of interesting shot because it's a windmill on a nice day. But let me just step out of the picture. Just contemplate that for a moment. It's okay, but is it a pleasing composition? Would you think, that's great, I want that on my wall? Possibly not. So what do? We need to move the windmill to a different place in the picture. Now, obviously, I can't pick up the windmill and move it. So all you've got to do is change the direction your camera's pointing. I've got an imaginary rope attached to the front of the video camera, and I'm going to pull the camera over this way to place the windmill on the vertical third on the left-hand side. So let's come over this way a bit. There we go. As we ease it over, it's looking better already. Right, now we've got the windmill sat on the vertical third on the left-hand side of the picture. The gap on the left-hand side of the picture is a third of the way in. But it's probably sitting a little bit high in the frame. So what we now need to do is to make the windmill go a bit lower. And we do that by tilting the front of the camera up a bit. That's also going to place that bank along the bottom third. So your windmill is sitting nicely in the crook of a vertical third and a horizontal third. Let me get out the picture again so you can have a look. That is considerably better than putting it in the middle. Let's just pop it back in the middle again. So we're going to go down and we're going to go left with the camera, that is, which has the opposite effect on the subject. It's not that interesting. Let's go back to something a bit nicer. Back onto that rule of thirds. And we're doing this with the video camera so that you can see it's just moving the camera. That's all you have to do. Now you can apply this to anything. It doesn't just have to be in landscape or a windmill. You could use it on a portrait, on a building. You can use it on flowers. And I suggest what you do is when you're looking at a magazine or watching a TV program, just imagine these imaginary third lines and see if it applies to the image. It won't apply to all of them, but it will apply to many more than you might imagine.
So you can see, yeah, okay, I'm looking at the discussion forum. Victor had a problem. Okay, please watch the session later. As you can see in this video, I mean, you really don't need to be professional photographer to learn some basic elements of making pictures and videos so that they look pretty good. Okay, they doesn't have to be perfect, but if you learn these basic principles, you can significantly improve the quality of the content that you as an organization are producing without the need to hire professionals and pay them some huge amounts of money. Another resource that I highly encourage you to visit, and we're not going to go there, but you can explore yourself, is witness.org. Witness is a New York-based video advocacy organization. Video advocacy means that you are using videos in advocacy, put it simple way, to in campaigns that want to change something, to push more transparency, accountability. And they are experts in these fields. They have many manuals and resources that will teach you to be able to produce good-looking videos, but also to produce videos that can have some impact. Videos that are part of a campaign, videos that can make a change. So feel free to explore witness.org. Let's move to some other formats that you can use. Obviously, the most popular are cartoons. I'm sure it's nothing new. I mean, cartoons has been here for ages already. And at the same time, it's a very great format for social media because why? Because it's an image, it delivers message quickly, and it's usually funny. We can find thousands of examples of comic strips. These are just some that I like or found somewhere, and it doesn't even have to look very good like this one, but still, you can make some fun with them. So, and again, I'm pretty sure you are not artists, you are not good in drawing or painting. Well, then we have applications for that. One that is for free and it's really cool is called the stripgenerator.com. Let me quickly show you how does that work. If you go to stripgenerator.com, you will end up on a page where there are links to different cartoons and comics. This is not that important. Important is the tab over here that says create new strip. You don't even have to sign up for that. Okay, let's check that out. What do we have is online editor where immediately we can start creating comic strip. Let's check the tabs here. Frames. You can choose how many frames you want to have. And then the cool thing is the characters. You simply need a man. You put it out there. You need a woman. You put it out there. You choose from a number of different kind of funny looking characters. Then you want items. So you have a list of them that you can use actually when we could go on and on. And then obviously the text. So you just include the text and you can create easily comic strip that is ready to be shared. You just finish it, you put up a title, and then you publish it, and then you can download it and use it. We are using it very often in our campaigns because we don't have money necessary for comic or cartoon creators. So this is a easy, funny way how you can do it yourself. You can also use this application, for example, if you want to engage kids and young people. For example, we are opening exhibition competitions where we want them to produce content on a specific topic, and then we ask them, okay, how about creating a comic strip? Go to this strip generator, create a comic, send it to us, and then we have a content that was crowdsourced from the community, and it's a content that then is invaluable for us to be shared on social media. So I'm jumping from one tool to another, but really my intention here is to show you that there are no more excuses on avoiding creating good-looking content, because we have applications for all of them. So this is really up to you to explore and play with these tools and see what you can come up with. Let's keep going. I was already mentioning memes. Let me check. I'm sorry. Okay, internet memes. Internet meme, or whatever we pronounce it, is simply a piece of content that people tend to like and recreate and re-edit. Maybe you've seen images like these weird dinosaurs or pictures with children where people just keep changing, the titles and are commenting certain situations. Maybe this one with Batman. There are a number of them. What is important about internet memes is that they usually are created right after some breaking news happens. Like this one example from Russia. Maybe you remember that. There was a meteor falling and exploding in the air over Russia, creating some damage, broken windows, glass, and etc. And immediately it generated a meme response in the social networks. People started creating, reacting, funny content like this, including the president, including celebrities. So it really works well when you want to spread some message, to really kind of use memes as a carrier that can become viral at the right moment. Many funny content around, and the good thing is that it's generated by the community. It's not necessarily done by some professional communicators. And again, there is an application for that, one of them called memegenerator.net, where I'm not gonna go there right now. You can explore yourself, but it's again online editor for free, where you will find most popular memes and pictures, and you can quickly edit them and create your own. Now I will have one more video example of internet meme and how a small organization can actually use a popular video meme to promote themselves. Let me first play the original video. Maybe you've seen it. It got millions of views, shares, and likes on different social networks. It's a promotional ad made by Volvo. Let's look at that, and let me first maybe check if we have or we don't have some questions, comments. Not so far, so let's go for the video.
I've had my ups and downs, my fair share of bumpy roads and heavy winds. That's what made me what I am today. Now I stand here before you. What you see is a body crafted to perfection, a pair of legs engineered to defy the laws of physics, and a mindset to master the most epic of splits.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows? Only time.
Okay, so we have a video, commercial video, that is being virally spread like crazy on the social media. And if you react as an organization at the right time, you can kind of ride the wave of visibility as well. Let me play the second video.
I've had my ups and downs, my fair share of bumpy roads and heavy winds. That's what made me what I am today. Now I stand here before you. What you see is a body crafted to perfection, a pair of legs engineered to defy the laws of physics, and a mindset to master the most epic of splits.
Ja, to jest...
And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows? Only time.
So you can see quite a bad quality video, but because it was a very small organization, not very known, but if they catch the wave of the virality of some video at the right time and have some, funny idea, immediately they can produce a piece of content that was immediately shared, liked, and increased significantly the visibility and the image of the organization itself, simply because they were riding the wave of a popular internet meme. So let's move on to other formats. And our time is slowly running out, and there are still a lot of things I want to share with you. At the same time, please feel free to ask in the meantime. So what do we see here? We see here an information about infant and young child feeding in emergency situations. So we could read about it. It would take a while and probably is not that exciting. So it's about, again, thinking about how one piece of information can be represented in different formats. And in this case, I really like, okay, we have a question, I'm gonna go there. What the WHO did with this information, they simply decided to turn it into image. And here you can see a piece of infographics that very clearly, very quickly presents the dangers or not the dangers of feeding babies in emergencies. And I really like these infographics because you don't even need to read, all this information, you can just quickly see that breastfeeding is still the most safe way of feeding babies in emergencies. That's what we call the infographics, simply turning complex information and data into images. Because again, images are the most popular format to be shared on social media. Yesterday, I was introducing an initiative called I Pay the Bride from India. They produce such infographics to report the statistics about reporting bribery and corruption in India. So they use these simple images and infographics to present which departments were actually the most bribed according to the reports, how many reports they received from different cities around India. So they could present it in a text, but nobody would be reading it. So infographics is one of the ways and formats to do so. We have a question here. Which platforms generate most feedback and promote participation? Tom, please can you be more specific in this question, and please post it here. I'm gonna come back and we'll try my best to answer. And in the meantime, you can use infographics to promote your own results and work. Like this one, the UN on a regular basis is producing infographics like this, showing their donors, their supporters, what they are doing, what are the results of their work. So again, it's a good promotional channel that can help you to present your work, your results, your impact in a easy to understand way. This infographics comes from Tbilisi in Georgia, where the drivers of the minivans went on strike, and it created a lot of anger among the publics in the city. And this organization created infographics that was explaining the reasons why these drivers are on strike. So you can use not just to present data, but also to present a story of a taxi driver who needs to wake up early in the morning, go to pick up a car, pay for the rent, pay for the tanks, pay for the gas, then clean up the car. So we don't need to go into the detail, but simply infographics can be a tool to tell stories and explain some situations to people in easy to understand way. I really like this webpage called visualizingpalestine.org. It's an initiative that uses infographics to describe the problem, all possible problems of people living on the West Bank or in Gaza, such as this one, refugees, their attendance to schools, or not attendance to school. So go to visualizingpalestine.org to find inspiration on different types of infographics that can be used to demonstrate or illustrate a certain problem. Again, I'm not saying that you should be, from now on, start producing, loads of content like this. Of course, you don't have much time for that, but definitely this is an inspiration for you to think about whenever you have a piece of content, information about yourself, about your work, and you want to present it effectively. Well, then infographics or others could be the formats that can help you to do it efficiently. So the comment from Tom, we need to encourage people to join and share to participate in projects. Frequent feedback helps us understand people's view of problems and how they view our efforts. Exactly. And well, social media are great for that, but first people need to know about you, and first people need to to engage with your content. So what we are talking about now, yesterday and today, is simply making the first step. That means that first people recognize you. First people find information about you on their wall among all those other videos that they are getting. So that's the key, starting with this, letting people know that you are out there and providing people with some piece of information that they can engage with. And then you can ask them to either share or simply comment or provide feedback on this information. So what I'm really now trying to do is to help you to understand and learn some tips and tricks that can increase the chance that you will become even visible for people on social media. Okay, so really this is one of the first steps, because if people don't know about you, well, then you can be posting any information you want on your web pages, and it's just not going to become publicly known. Feel free to keep asking. I'm gonna keep presenting. Canva, that I already introduced, is a great application to produce also infographics. But if you want to play with some more, there is something called Infogram, infogr.am, which is an online application specifically designed to create infographics. So again, another tool that you can play with, and if you want to produce some good looking infographics. You can also create infographics like this. If you don't have graphic designer skills, well, you can use the real world objects, like in this case, where these are the statistics about how people consume healthy products. So this is just a funny example that you don't really need to do everything online. Well, you can take some offline stuff and play with that. So please let me switch to the last part of my presentation, and that's the question of distribution. So let's say you have a good content, you have a content that is attractive and that is useful to people. You already know how to transform it into a format that is attractive, either as infographics, video, image. And then you need to get it out there to use social media. And on purpose, I wasn't starting the whole training with teaching you how to use Facebook, because I'm sure you already know it, because I mean, we are active users of social media, so it's not really a big deal. And it doesn't make sense also to teach you to use different features of Facebook and Twitter, because the success is not really in learning how to use these applications, but the success is in learning how to create attractive content that has a potential to be popular among people. Because once you are able to do that, well, then Facebook and Twitter can become really useful tools where your content will be shared naturally by people. You cannot push anything on social media. If people don't like it or people are not interested in it, you can even pay the promotion, but people will not get engaged. So the key of my whole training here is really think about Facebook, Twitter, and other applications as just the tools that can be useful tools, but it's up to you to be able to provide content and engagement opportunities for your audiences, for your fans, for your followers, for your donors. So that's why we are now switching to the distribution question. As I mentioned already in my first session, this is what we usually expect by promoting our information on social media. We put it out there and we expect that there are so many other people listening and looking at us. But this is not the case of social media. Social media really work like this, as a community of people with different interests, people who are having a good time on social media. They use them for entertainment, to learn some new information, to keep in touch with their friends, with their families. So primarily for them, it's not a place where they would like to learn from you, what your organization is doing, how your organization is great. You need to respect that, and you need to take this into consideration whenever you try to reach people. You need to engage in conversations with them. You need to enable them to provide feedback through social media. And I will give you a list of some basic tips and tricks on social media, but I see this as a key point. Really change your kind of mind when thinking about social media. It's really not a television. It's really not a newspaper. It's really more a place where people have fun. People want to talk to each other and want to stay in touch with each other. There are different ways how to be active on Facebook. It's the personal profile. It can be the Facebook pages, Facebook groups. I'm pretty sure you already been through this by yourself. So I don't want to go into detail with this because I don't want to waste your time repeating something that you already know. Just important points I want to make. For activists or people working in the public sector, it is so important to use their personal profiles, individual profiles, to promote the agenda. I'm not sure if you are using Facebook purely for your personal kind of life or also professional life, but the most cases of successful communication of human rights advocates, transparency advocates, was that they were active messengers, active figures using their personal profile across different social media. They build their own brand, they build their own identity as humans, as individuals who are sharing interesting information. And only after that, these people, when they become such influencers, can bring attention also to your Facebook pages and to your content. So please keep in mind that the conversations or the identity you should be building on social media should be more personal. Do not hide behind the brand of the organization. I mean, you can do that, but if you want to be successful, it's really important to use also your personal profile to promote the content you have. Obviously, Facebook pages are a place for organizations to present their causes, and I'm gonna go show you some examples to demonstrate how to make successful Facebook page and how to make not successful Facebook page. And then there are Facebook groups. That's basically a group where you can stay in touch and discuss with a group of people. Facebook groups can be totally open and public, but they can be closed and they can be also secret. So it depends what you want. Never mind, if you will have any questions on this, I'm here for you not only now, but also afterwards to help you. For example, if you don't know if for a special case would be better to create a Facebook page or Facebook group, I'll be happy to help. There is one algorithm on Facebook that you should be aware of. It's called the edge rank. When you post something on a Facebook page, it doesn't mean that it will be displayed to all your followers and fans. Facebook is deciding what information will display to other people and which not. And the more people you engage with your content, that means they are clicking likes, they are sharing your content, they are commenting your content, the more Facebook algorithm sees it as an important Facebook page. And next time it will display your content to other people. So what I mean by this, in other words, is that the more you post on Facebook, the more interesting content, such as images, funny things, controversial things you post on Facebook, that people click like, they share it, they comment it, the more visible your content will be across these social networks. So again, that's why it is so important to produce good quality content in a format that is attractive and easy to share, because it will increase your visibility on your Facebook page. These are just some basic principles, and I'm sure you maybe already know them, or you've been using them. Let me give you an example of 2 Facebook pages, and one of them is the one that I was working on, so I want to share with you not just knowledge of someone else, but really experience that took us a while to figure out. You will not maybe understand the language, it's in Czech, but it doesn't really matter. I want you to look at the visuals. We have 2 Facebook pages. Both of them are targeting young people in Czech Republic, so there is a clear target audience. Both of them are addressing same problem. It's the hate violence and hate speech, which is a big thing these days, not only in Czech Republic. But there are some significant, and both of them are run by initiatives, by organizations. And there are some significant differences. Well, one of them is the number of fans. This page has, in this case, when the screenshot was taken, 9,000 followers. The other ones has 222. So huge difference. How comes that one page becomes so popular? Today it's 17,000 followers, and one page is not popular at all, like 222 followers is like nothing. Well, that's all about content. That's all about the regular postings on the page and the time you invest in the content. Even here on the first cover picture, here you can see some strong visual that we were using in a campaign called Hate Doesn't Fit You, which was focused on young people. And on this page, this is a very typical for many NGOs and organizations, just posting pictures of people attending workshops and seminars. It's such a boring thing. Why would people click like on pictures like this? You can see comics. Let me jump to that Facebook page actually, so I can give you some idea. Culture. You can see 17,000 fans, which for Czech Republic, for non-government, for such an initiative is a big thing. If you look at the content that we produced, it's highly visual, engaging people, faces and individuals. We are misusing animals and funny kids when we want to recruit volunteers, for example, because people like watching animals. And we have so much other type of visual content that we share. And we attend different events, we take pictures of people. I don't know, everything is visual. But it's the humans. And if we go to the page called Hate Speech Movement, Czech Republic, well, most of the content that you will see is some shared links, but it's the people on workshops, which is not fun at all. Who would be liking and sharing such pieces of information? Okay, so I just wanted to make this point. We almost ran out of time, and I don't wanna too much go beyond the time. If you need to go, feel free to go. This will be recorded, but I have just last few words for you. When I was talking about the format, let me show you one example from Myanmar that is real, right? So this was a Facebook post about made by one organization that is fighting for more transparency in the educational sector, right? Trying to engage people. And this is very typical for so many organizations. Picture of people attending a workshop, so that's just super boring. And the post that says improving the quality of educational services through better transparency and accountability. 30 CSO members participate in the workshop in Lazio. So, well, with these words, you're definitely not gonna get any attention or any likes. And it doesn't take much to present the same information in a format that has way higher chances to become attractive and shared. Okay, so let's see how that can be done. We have a boring picture, we have a text that nobody understands. What is CSOs? What is accountability transparency? But you can turn it into something that is way more engaging, and still it delivers the same information. Let's look at this. We have a picture of children. That works always. Smiling children. The topic of the workshop was education. Well, so it is about children. Why not to use some attractive image that is way more visually pleasing? And then the use of words. Let's put it this way. Instead of organizing workshop for CSO members, you can say, every child in Myanmar must have a place in school, and there is no space for secrecy and corruption. We are now meeting with 30 inspiring people from our communities to make it a reality. Like if you agree. Might seem like a different information, but in fact, it is the same. It's about you were meeting with 30 people from civil society. You are dealing with accountability and transparency in education, but you are simply using more appealing way of presenting this information. And even asking people to click like, this is okay. I mean, who would disagree with this statement? Well, everybody should agree, and that's easy to support by like or sharing. So this was just an example of how one Facebook post can make a significant difference in if it will be shared or not. Just keep your minds open and think about different formats how to present an information. I'm sorry for running over time, but I'm promising you this is the almost the last slide. I prepared for you 10 tricks you need to know to be a social media star. Okay, so I'm trying to make it useful for you. If you attended our last session, you know what I'm talking about. First, again, Facebook is not a television or a newspaper. You need to be part of the community. You need to participate in the conversations. The success of our Facebook page dealing with hate is because we are simply out there. We are communicating and sharing information with other communities that are dealing with the same issue. The second page, the initiative, they are non-existing, non-visible because they simply do not participate even offline in the topic. So it's very important that you as communicators and organizations are part of discussions about accountability, about advocacy, about open governments, or whatever the topics are. You need to produce a unique content in easy to consume format. Yeah, we talked about it. Very successful proves to be disproving of different myths, rumors, and hoaxes. I'm sure, alike in my country, in your countries, there might be a lot of rumors being spread around, and my experience is that whenever we disprove them on our Facebook page, we get a lot of attention. It's important to share content of others. I mean, you cannot expect people to share your content if you don't kind of pay back, right? You want people to like and share, so you need to do the same thing. You need to support the community by sharing and making their content more visible. You can ask people when you need advice, engage them in conversations. We use Facebook page very efficiently whenever we are choosing a new design or whatever it is, asking people, please let us know what you like more. This gives people a feeling that they are important, and this really is a good way how to engage. It's important to identify different influencers in the field. Influencers can be journalists, it can be activists, it can be politicians. You need to be in touch with them. Very important thing, Facebook and social media are not about the PR of yourself. It should be a PR, that means public relations, for the cause you are working on. So for example, on our Facebook page, we are not promoting agency for social inclusion that is organizing it. We are promoting the topic itself, which is the hate violence and hate speech. So step back a little bit as an organization and use social media to do the public relations and advertising for the cause that you are working on. And the last most important thing, experiment and learn. I mean, this is so much quickly changing field that nobody can really say that knows, what is the easiest way to use such tools. So it's up to you as a professionals and communicators to experiment with different tools, with different approaches, learn from them, and improve your communications. If you have any questions, please post them in the forum. In the meantime, I have a little homework for you. It should be easy. I hope it will be easy, and I'm sure if it will help you also to put in the use some of the skills that you got throughout the workshop. I would like you to pick a story, topic, or event that is related to your GPSA work. Then I want you to produce a piece of content that is related to this work. Okay? The content you will produce should be either entertaining or useful. So think back about the session we had yesterday. It's important to entertain people or to give them some useful information. And you can present it in the form of a blog post, infographics, whatever. You know the tools already that are out there. This piece of content should describe the problem, but also identify the solution and the action people can take. If possible, use a real person as an example. As I said, stories of individuals, images of individuals are the most important and more engaging and connecting. Then try to design a post for Facebook page and Twitter. Remember, Twitter is limited with 140 characters to promote it. Try to make or find a good photo. We talked about it today. And try to post it on Instagram if you have an account or if you decide to create an account. So I really hope if you produce something like this that it's not just for me to look at it, but that it will be something that you can experiment with and try to share it through the channels you have and see what response it generated. Please send it to me by July the 14th. And if you don't have time to complete all of these, just try to do at least something. It's going to be enough as well for us to see. So I hope this is clear. I'm going to go back to the chat room to see if there are any questions. At the same time, these are my contact information, and you can contact me by email, Twitter, or Facebook. Feel free to get in touch. And as I mentioned, I will prepare today a fact sheet for you that I will share with you through email, where you will see all the links to different projects that I was presenting and platforms. So you can use the document, that fact sheet, to continue with self-education. Feel free to get in touch anytime. Thanks, Tom, for the comment. Let's remember we must integrate social media into our other advocacy media efforts, cultivating contacts with media and building partnerships with many other groups that will spread our message. I totally agree with you, Tom. We had this workshop dedicated to social media, but as I mentioned, it is not I mean, people still primarily consume information through traditional media such as newspaper and television. Social media can be a great additional tool and channel where you can encourage people to engage, to provide feedback, but really don't forget about all the other traditional tools, such as building relationship with journalists, building relationship with popular bloggers, and others. So that's all from me right now. And if you have any comments, Asma, you are commenting. I'm very much happy for participating in this program. So many formats and ways you have shared for social media communication, but insufficient time to internalize always. Thanks. Yes, thank you. And yes, we had only 3 sessions, and there is so much stuff that I wanted to share with you. So please take this as an introduction, as a kind of crossroad where you can start exploring other ways yourself. I mean, if you are in the role of communicators, there is no other way than keeping yourself educated anyway. So thank you and goodbye. Tiho, if you have any comments on where people can find all the recording sessions, please let us know.
Sorry, a slight problem with unmuting myself. Thanks everyone for participating. Thank you, Yaro, for your excellent presentation. Just a quick word on the recordings of these sessions. They will be featured very shortly in the blog part of the platform. You click on blog and you will find them there. That's all. That's all from me. Over to you, Yaro.
No, that's really all from my side. And so good luck with everything. And please stay in touch. Use me as a resource when you need advice. And please do your homework. Okay? Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.